This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, excitement has reached a fever pitch as the UMaine men's hockey team makes their first appearance in the NCAA tournament in 12 years.
Our Tyler Cruz joins us from Springfield, Mass., where all of the action is tonight. Tyler.
Hey guys, yeah, like you said, first time since 2012 since Maine hockey will play in one of these. What's one of these? An NCAA tournament game. The Black Bears just 2 wins away from going to a Frozen Four. They will play Cornell. Puck drop in about an hour. It was scheduled to be for 5:30, but UMass and Denver behind me just wrapping up in a double overtime thriller. Denver not upsetting, but sending the home team home upset. So Maine will have to get through Cornell and then Denver if they want to reach a Frozen Four. We'll have all of those highlights. Plus we'll hear from head coach Ben Barr later tonight at 10 and 11. We'll have more in sports as well. But for now, that is all from me. We'll send it back to you guys in studio from Springfield. I'm Tyler Cruz.
So exciting.
It really is.
Woo.
And ahead of a big game like tonight's, you may not know how much work actually takes place before you walk into your local sports bar.
Well, with UMaine playing against Cornell in tonight's NCAA hockey tournament matchup, our Doug Banks joins us from one downtown staple. Doug, how's it going there?
Thank you. I'm at the Poorhouse right now where people are starting to file in for the Mass-Cornell game. With the the Maine-Cornell game, as people are waiting for the end of the Mass-Denver game, that just ended a few minutes ago, people are starting to file in. And earlier today I spoke with the owner of the Poorhouse to see what kind of work goes into it. And so here's that story. With 25 TVs inside the Penobscot Poorhouse, there's a good chance most of the TVs will be tuned to the same channel as UMaine faces off against Cornell, the Black Bears' first tourney game since 2012.
There's a lot of people that maybe now wrap themselves around UMaine hockey because they're realizing, oh my goodness, we're back in it. Here we are once again. We used to be in it all the time, right? And here we are, it's a big game. So making sure like the staff is really aware of the hype and the excitement and be aware of how important this is for us as a community.
Staff came in at 8 a.m. to clean and prepare specials.
We're actually adding a couple specials because of the game itself. We'll come up with some Maine-focused drink specials named after the Black Bears.
And get ready for a busy night.
From 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, it's not like, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. It's more of, what can I get for you? What can I get for you? And ultimately, that's what we need to do.
But what constitutes a good night for a Bangor sports bar?
I'd like to see the University of Maine win, but just like any other night, nice smooth night, everyone has a great time, and looking forward to coming back, and we see them the next day. Now, as you can see behind me here, people are starting to make their way in, and soon enough the Poorhouse will turn into a packed house for this highly anticipated matchup between Maine and Cornell. But I won't get into sports. I'll leave that to the professionals of Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol. At the Poorhouse, I'm Doug Banks. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, look, it's shaping up to be a really great game there. Thank you, Doug. Well, with less than a month left in this current legislative session, Democrats have introduced a proposed red flag law in response to the Lewiston mass shooting. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle to learn more about their thoughts.
A bill introduced by Speaker of the House Rachel Talbot Ross on Wednesday would allow family members to petition a judge to temporarily remove weapons from a loved one who poses a significant danger to themselves or others. This is commonly referred to as a red flag law.
I'm hearing from many constituents that they want to see this at least being discussed, so I'm happy to hear that we are going to get it into a committee and have a public hearing on it.
My initial thoughts are, I think it's March 28th. We're due to adjourn this session in 2 weeks, and I think it's absolutely absurd that this is being rammed through.
That shortened timeline is something that Senate President Troy Jackson says shouldn't be a barrier to passing legislation.
I think the biggest thing is that the legislature should look at it, consider it. Whatever people decide to vote is fine. The legislature should always take the opportunity to look at issues, even when you don't like them, because that's really what our job is.
Senator Lisa Keim, one of the legislators who helped craft the yellow flag law, says currently a red flag law is unnecessary in Maine.
But we've had consideration of red flag, really thorough consideration, pretty much every session since I've been here. And when we came up with the yellow flag law, that was taking all of the best pieces out of what would be considered red flag and putting it into something that really protects people's constitutional rights.
President Jackson says there's no reason why Maine couldn't have both a red flag law and a yellow flag law together.
Red flag, I think, has a place along with yellow flag. I am not supportive of getting rid of the yellow flag. It's saved lives. No one can tell me it hasn't. I think Lewiston exposed a problem where close family members may usually know better than anyone, and in this case they weren't able to enact the ability to have Mr. Card's guns taken away from him.
At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the trial of a Frenchville woman, Louise Brown, versus Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center continued today with testimony from experts. Brown is suing the hospital for negligence. Our Grace Blanchard was at the courthouse and has the latest.
As the Louise Brown versus Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center trial entered its fourth day, attorneys for both sides squared off over testimony from medical experts. Louise Brown is suing the hospital for negligence after her arm was crushed while under anesthesia between a table and base of a machine during an endoscopic procedure in 2019. Her attorneys argue that she now suffers from chronic regional pain syndrome. However, an expert medical witness for the defense questioned that diagnosis in court.
I found multiple instances where the documentation did not reflect any of the findings I would expect to see from a patient with CRPS.
However, Brown's attorney argued he could not make an accurate assessment given he did not perform an exam on her.
You told me in your deposition that you weren't sure if Louise has CRPS, right?
It is my impression that she does not. Am I saying, as I testified earlier, 100% certainty? No. But my impression on review of the medical records is there signs and symptoms as documented in the records are not consistent with CRPS.
The attorneys representing the hospital previously stated they do not question that an injury occurred, but the jury is meant to determine how much money she is owed. The jury heard from both the life care plan developer and economists that reviewed the value of her care plan, which the hospital is questioning.
Present value, discounted value of the life care plan for 17.58 years of remaining future life expectancy for Louise Brown is $1,376,342.
The jury is expected to hear closing arguments from both sides on Friday. In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Pharmacies have resumed billing MaineCare for prescriptions after a national cybersecurity issue caused disruptions. The problem began on February 21st. A statement from the Maine Department of Health and Human Services says MaineCare will pay all eligible claims submitted during the outage. The resumption of pharmacy claims processing and payment brings MaineCare closer to a full restoration of the system. However, some normal operating processes continue to be suspended. Amelia Arnold, the legislative liaison for the Maine Pharmacy Association, said, quote, "Pharmacists have stepped up to serve Maine people by accomplishing a tremendous amount of additional work over the last 5 weeks. We are pleased operations are returning to normal," end quote. As I'm sure many MaineCare members are as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big disruption. And, you know, it's so scary when you're talking about access to people's necessary, crucial prescription medications.
Right.
Well, let's go ahead now, folks. We're going to hit pause and peek outside for a first check of our forecast.
And thank you so much. Wow, what a rainy day out there. Hopefully you didn't forget your umbrellas, right? I know I, of course, did not. So I'm going to have that by tomorrow once again because all this rain is just sticking around. Moderate to even heavy rain at times into those yellow and orange looking bands moving on in. That's going to continue throughout the overnight hours tonight. By tomorrow, once again, rain still in the region. It's opening day for baseball. Let's hit some home runs. We don't want to see this rain, right? But visibilities are low, of course, down to only a couple miles in some spots. So that's how we know moderate to even heavy rain is falling all over the region. Will be continuing, of course. That's why flood watches have been posted from all the way up north of Millinocket area, pretty much right by the coast. Some gale warnings and gale watches have also been issued right by the coast. So please be careful. Temperature-wise, though, we were near average, right? Mid-40s here in town, right by the coast. We saw some upper 40s, near 50 in some spots. So a mild-looking day. Now, overnight tonight, we're going to continue to see the rain, temperatures in those upper 30s.
Alrighty, Conrad, thank you so much.
Yep, so the rain continues.
Indeed. All right, well, there is more local news coming up.
Stay with us.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. So, which one do you want?
This one.
Wow.
Recent college grads could get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. Toyota, let's go places.
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle, we know how to get you the big money you may deserve.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you.
Days Jewelers in Bangor is hosting a one-of-a-kind experience. It's the Great Estate Buying Event presented by Jewels Estate Buyers. Join us Tuesday through Friday, March 26th through the 29th. Like roadshows you've seen on TV, your item is evaluated, an offer is made, and you are paid a fair market price on the spot. Our experts are buying diamonds, jewelry, Rolex and other fine watches, gold and platinum, sterling silver tableware, coins, paintings, autographs, and photos. Bring anything of value. No appointments necessary. Don't miss the Great Estate Buying Event presented by Jewels Estate Buyers. This week only. Days Jewelers, Bangor.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Grant recipients for this year's Rural Energy for America program, or REAP, heard just how much of a boost they'll be getting this afternoon. Our Matthew Jurancic has the details.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture announced grants for 17 Maine farms and small businesses totaling $2.1 million.
But this represents just a ton of work that you put in, and thank you so much for making it through the process with us.
The Rural Energy for American program grants are meant to help agricultural producers and rural small business owners make energy-efficient improvements and investments to lower energy costs, generate new income, and strengthen operations.
Towns across this country thrive and continue to be the economic backbone of the country. Maine is one of the key drivers for ensuring that small businesses across this country thrive because the vast majority of jobs in this country are in small businesses.
Sydney Axney, White House Senior Advisor for Rural Engagement, Delivery, and Prosperity, and Maine USDA Rural Development State Director Rhiannon Hampson announced some of this year's recipients at Cedarworks and Rockport. They were joined by Maine Congresswoman Shelley Pingree, who explained the importance of these investments.
$65,000 to Solar Logics, and it's really just a celebration of a partnership that's been happening for a long time. So thank you.
This means that you might be able to put a solar array on the roof or do other investments that will, in the long run, bring down the cost of solar energy, make it much more possible for that farmer, for instance, to make a little bit better profit or that business to be more sustainable.
Joshua Emmerman, co-owner of Morit Hill Farm, was one of 17 grant recipients and was awarded $64,950. He says he couldn't be happier getting a reimbursement for the solar panels he installed on the top of his farm.
To be able to utilize renewable energy to run the farm, run the fiber mill and the rest of the farm is really huge.
In Rockport, Matthew Jurancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
An annual conference focused on the future of Maine's water resources in Augusta took place in Augusta today. The University of Maine hosts the Maine Sustainability and Water Conference every year to bring together professionals, researchers, consultants, students, and regulators to discuss challenges facing Maine's water resources and work on solutions.
People have come from all levels of government, tribal nations, non-governmental organizations, colleges and universities, business and industry. This is an extraordinary gathering. And I think it says something that is so clear in Maine, that there are lots of people who care about the future of their communities, regardless of their job, regardless of where they live. This plays out differently in the greater Portland area than it does up in the county.
More than 500 people attended this year's conference.
Well, Dover Foxcroft residents will vote in June on whether to remove the town's historic dam. But town officials say if the plan is not approved, residents will foot the bill to repair it. Our David Ledford explains.
This week, the Dover Foxcroft Select Board unanimously approved the language that will be used on the town's June ballot to decide the future of the Mayo Mill Dam. The language specifies that the town will have to use an estimated $6 to $8 million in local taxes to repair the dam if voters choose not to remove it, while the removal would come at no cost to taxpayers.
The alternative to moving forward would be to retain the site and have to invest the money into rehabbing it and maintaining it.
Officials say an approval to remove the dam would allow them to build a riverfront park in its place and help to reduce the risk of flooding.
It's a huge expense for the town, and it also is a source of flooding and, damage to our infrastructure, roads and so forth. We would be, improving the aesthetics of the area.
Employees of nearby businesses say they're optimistic about the potential removal of the dam.
We've got some partners who are going to help us take it down safely and in a way that I think will improve the town and the river in general. And I think it'll make downtown more of a destination than it is right now.
However, some area residents we spoke with say they would be sad to see it go.
We are going to miss it terribly because it's been part of our lives.
I am fighting whatever I can do to stop the dam from going. I mean, it's refurbishable.
Town officials say they plan to hold a public hearing prior to the June 11th vote and an annual town meeting on April 27th at 9 a.m. In Dover Foxcroft, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And coming up in sports, we have more on UMaine hockey as Tyler Cruz is live in Springfield where that action underway.
And that story coming right up after the break. Stay with us.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our stable lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration. Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers delivery from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Machias Savings Bank is proud to partner with Coastal Women's Health.
We want to be partnered with a company that's in Maine, that understands Maine values, but is committed to staying with Maine businesses and partnering for the future.
In the near future, Coastal Women's will be expanding our space to allow us to take care of more patients in southern Maine, and we're happy to be partnering with Machias to take care of our needs in that expansion.
Machias Savings Bank, the bank of yes.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. The time is finally here. After 12 years, Maine men's hockey is back in the NCAA tournament tonight. 2-seed Black Bears against 3-seed Cornell. Getting underway at about 7 o'clock, and Tyler Cruz is in Springfield right now with the latest. Tyler.
Hey, thanks, Ryan. Well, the time is almost here. It was supposed to be here by now. We're about 40 minutes away from puck drop, like you said, here at Mass Mutual Center. Maine taking on Cornell in round 1 of the NCAA tournament. The winner will play Denver, who just outlasted UMass in a classic double overtime matchup in the first game of the day here. For Maine, some breaking news. Albin Boya out tonight. He will still dress, but sick. Victor Osman is getting the start for him. Victor, a Mike Richter Award semifinalist for 2 straight seasons, has not started since February 17th, the 5-2 loss against New Hampshire, getting his chance here in the NCAA tournament. The senior, that should be exciting. As for Cornell, really good defensive team. They lead the nation in goals allowed average, so Maine has to score first, and they have to play the possession game with the puck if they want to win. Should be a fun game all around. We'll have those highlights, plus reaction from the team and more later tonight. That is all from me for now, though. Live in Springfield, I'm Tyler Cruz. Ryan, back to you.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Now let's stay with the Black Bears and move to UMaine softball. Black Bears gearing up for their home conference opening series this weekend against Albany. Maine opened up America East play last weekend on the road against defending conference champs UMBC and was swept. They did improve each game, though, losing by just 2 in extra innings on Sunday. The result wasn't what they wanted, but their level of compete has them motivated as the conference schedule gets into full swing.
I think it just gives a lot of hope for the future games. Obviously, we have a lot to build on. I haven't really gotten a lot of wins yet, but still a lot of hope just based off those plays and based off how we've been competing.
I don't think there was really any doubt in anybody's mind throughout it that we weren't going to compete. I mean, our word this year is fight, and I think that we've been doing that, and we've been showing other teams that, we're not just going to lay down.
Albany will be another tough opponent. The Great Danes were conference tournament runners-up last season. But how well you perform in your home opener can be a spark plug for the rest of the season. But even with that pressure and their struggles this year, the Black Bears know that if they focus on their love of the game, good things will come.
Just remember that we're all here to have fun, and just kind of remember that childlike wonder of playing the game and not getting too in our heads about this is our first home game and there's so many people watching. It's just like play with the God-given talent and just do it. Because that's when we play the best, is when we play for each other and leave it out on the field.
I love that. That's all the time we have for sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you so much. And look at this system stretching all the way from the south up into New York City into Maine. We have lots of baseball games that are canceled, folks. I know it's opening day. It's exciting, right? I'm all excited, but not the most exciting time of the year for some places if you are by the East Coast, with some of these baseball games getting canceled. And we're going to see that rain once again in the region by tomorrow. For now, though, moderate to heavy rain in some spots is falling. Overall, though, light to moderate, we would say on average all over the state. That's going to continue. Overnight tonight, we're going to see some moderate to heavy rain. By tomorrow, same story, rain in the area, but then cooler temperatures roll in, right? On the back end, we're going to see just a little bit of that snow trying to sneak its way into our area. Surfaces are going to be wet. They're going to be mild. We're looking at very, very minimal accumulations, if any. But on the back end, we are definitely going to see a little bit of that transition into some snow all over the state. Well, pretty much all over the state, right? There are going to be a couple of spots that are just going to see some flurries, maybe some snow showers mixing in with that rain. But overall, though, we will see that snow on the back end as the cooler temperatures start to roll on in. Future snowfall, like I was saying, very minimal. Pretty much nothing here in town. Maybe a trace to half an inch to an inch in some spots, mainly in the eastern part of the state, right about here, right at that border. That's because the colder air is just going to arrive a little bit later, especially into those late afternoon to evening hours on Friday. And then maybe a little bit of accumulations will be possible by Saturday morning. Now, rainfall-wise, though, we are looking at a lot more rain to come. Over an inch of rain here in town, right at the coast, Bar Harbor, Machias, Rockland, around an inch and a half to even more in some spots still to come on top of what we've gotten so far, which is almost 2 inches of rain in some spots. Winds are pretty calm, around 5 miles per hour all over the state. We're going to continue to see some increasing winds, though. Tomorrow, not that bad, but Friday evening, I would say, Friday evening into Saturday, that's when the winds are going to be pretty gusty. Some of the areas will see wind gusts around 35 to even 40 miles per hour, so we got to get ready for more rain, a little bit of snow on the back end, and then some breezy conditions moving on in. Average high, 44 degrees. We're going to stay slightly below average the next couple of days, and then closer to average. Maybe a day of slightly above average temperatures, and then right back down to cooler weather. Middle of next week, though, gets interesting, very interesting. There's going to be a big low-pressure system moving in. Maybe a lot of snow will be moving in north of town. Still a week away. We'll keep an eye on things. Upper 30s for tonight, though. Rain is likely. Patchy fog as well. For tomorrow, though, mainly rain events. A little bit of snow will be mixing in very late in the afternoon hours. Temperatures in those lower 40s. Our extended forecast outlook does show a good-looking Easter with temperatures in those mid-40s.
All righty, so things clearing up for Easter. That's some good news.
That is definitely some good news, and there is still more to come. Stay with us.
Transform your surroundings with Paramount Paving, located in Bangor. They are your paving and seal coating experts. Whether it's residential maintenance to full commercial projects, Paramount Paving delivers quality that lasts. Book before June 1st and enjoy a $250 Visa gift card upon completion of your next paving project. Call us today at 602-8931 or visit us at ParamountPavingLLC.com. Paramount Paving, setting the standard for excellence. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMMaine.com.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodoc creates
the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system.
With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt, we build stronger. After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt family builds for your family.
For your family.
For your family.
Stand on the solid foundation of the Hewitt family.
Docks, pontoon legs, and boat lifts.
You work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
From a humble horse and buggy beginning over 100 years ago to a fleet of modern deluxe motor coaches today, Sear North Star Tours wants to take you places. In Maine, throughout the United States, and abroad, we offer tours and day trips to suit everyone's interests and passions. Cherry blossoms in the spring, Prince Edward Island in the summer, trips to the city, trips to the shore, culture, history, music, and more. Sear North Star Tours. Where can we take you?
Finally tonight, many of Maine's sugar houses will once again be open this weekend to welcome visitors that missed out on Maine Maple Weekend last weekend when Mother Nature quite literally rained on our parade. This Saturday, March 30th, various members of the Maine Maple Producers Association will have plenty of maple products available. Now, it's best for you to check with your local sugar house for their availability as that will vary from place to place. Maine's maple producers say they pride themselves on making truly artisan products directly from the tree to the boiler.
We've always had a fairly large amount of producers, but I believe in the last 10 to 15 years, a lot more people are producing syrup from a small scale to a very large scale.
Many of the sugar shacks will have varieties of maple syrup, maple candies, nuts, baked goods, and popcorn to offer. Yum! To learn more, visit MaineMapleProducers.com. Head out there and let's hope we do a little bit better this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And great to hear they're staying open for a second weekend, as I'm sure
yeah.
so many people just missed out on the opportunity.
Yeah, it definitely was not great conditions last weekend for that.
Yeah, not at all.
Alrighty, well that is going to do it for us folks. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.